Listening to this guy, listening to the president talking about censorship and his new pet phrase, that's not who we are, about everything. That's not who we are. That's not who we are. I don't know, folks. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I really don't. This is sheer sophistry.
Live from the Southern Command in sunny South Florida, it's Open Line Friday.
Anyway, greetings and welcome back. Open Line Friday, final hour of the week. We will be here next week, in case you're wondering. I know that most everybody has decamped and commenced the 2-week break, but not me. I like this time of year. I like being here. I like being the only regular guy you can tune to during this time of year. So we'll be here some of next week. So you can rest easy over the weekend and be confident. Then it comes to the EIB network, you are going to get the best. Telephone number 800-282-2882. Email address lrushmo@eibnet.com. So Obama, he said Sony just made a mistake. For what? Caving to terrorists? Obama just caved to Cuba. Cuba's a terrorist state in its own way. The people we released are Cuban murderers. Look, and then he started talking about, that wouldn't be who we are. What if we started self-censoring? What if people stopped making movies and stopped saying things because they'd be afraid to offend somebody else? We can't have. That's not who we. What do you mean that's not who we? Half the people in this country are afraid to speak up. Half of the people in this country are afraid to speak up out of fear of what something's going to do to them. Businesses are practically, in some case, afraid to open up because of the crap that they're going to get from customers that may not agree with them or what have you. There's a whole industry. The left has developed an entire industry of militant, quasi-violent censors. I don't like making any of this stuff personal because I can handle it. The talk radio is among the most targeted. Sony, sorry, I got no sympathy for you. If you want to cave to the North Koreans, fine and dandy. My friends, I've been doing this 25 years, and if you have been paying attention, you know how many attempts there have been made to get me to, quote, get my mind right. It happens regularly. There are all kinds of threats made and attempts to ruin me or to damage my business or what have you based on something I said that offended somebody. Here's Obama saying, that's not who we are. We can't engage in self-censorship. We can't be afraid. We can't. That's not who. That's how the left survives, is intimidating people that say things they don't agree with. Obama's own party, Obama's own organization, MoveOn.org, whatever organizations, Acorn, you name it, whatever organization he's running out of the White House, are built on intimidating opponents and silencing them. Obama specializes in censorship. Obama's friends specialize in censorship. Obama's political allies, that's how they get done what they want to get. They can't win in a debate of ideas. They don't even want to go to the arena of ideas. They don't want to debate. They try to get rid of opposing views. They don't want a level playing field. They don't want anybody else on the playing field. And they engage in all kinds of despicable tactics to intimidate anybody and everybody who might even think or say one thing they disagree with. They're the most intolerant bunch of petulant babies running around crying, but they are attempting to do real damage. And here he's up there daring to chastise people who cave to it when that's how he got where he is. If the truth be known. Yeah, we got to make sure that we don't cave. Terrorism, look. What do you think he did sicking the IRS on Catherine Engelbrecht and every other organization, Tea Party, trying to get 501c3 fundraising status? You think that wasn't intimidation? Censorship, whatever you want to call it, they specialize in it. in a way, it's kind of interesting to see them hoist on their own petard. It's kind of interesting to see the way they react when it happens to them. Sony being them. The Norks being the equivalent of Acorn. Except in this case, Acorn's not attacking conservatives, Acorn's attacking liberals. And you see what a bunch of gutless wonders they are. Caving. Not only caving to North Korea, whoever the hackers are, but now caving to Al Sharpton. In the midst of all this, the president stands up and says, this is not who we are, and that's not what we do, and that's not what we're going to do. From a man whose buddy, Saul Alinsky, his mentor, teaches these tactics, specializes in them. And the American left today is one giant intimidation mafia. And they use their buddies in the drive-my media to do it as well. I can't count the number of times that I have been misquoted, misrepresented, lied about, taken out of context, come under attack, attempted to be destroyed, or what have you. But I haven't changed, I have not altered one opinion I have about anything or anybody as a result of any of that. And I never would. And I'm not asking for any gold star. That's not my point here is you can resist this stuff. I frankly don't understand people that don't. I mean, let's say you're an advertiser and you decide to advertise on some radio show or TV show, and all of a sudden you are hit with supposed emails and tweets threatening you and telling you that if you stay in business with that TV or radio show that you're going to lose all these customers. And then you find out that all of those emails, all those tweets, those tens of thousands of tweets are being sent by Twitter robots that are manufactured by 10 people. When you learn that 10 people are responsible for all of those thousands of threatening tweets and emails you get, why don't you have the ability just to say, okay, screw it, I'm not going to be intimidated by this? And that's what the left does. They've got a whole bunch of these robot or botnet type operations using Twitter. And a new advertiser will show up on a radio or TV show, conservative, and all of a sudden that advertiser gets inundated with complaints that are made to look like residents in the town where the business exists. And you find out that in most cases, the emails don't even come from the same state and that they're being created by 10 people. It's fakery. It's totally fraudulent. But I would think once you're the advertiser and you're told this and you learn this, that you can say, screw it, okay, it's not even real. I don't have all these. There aren't millions and thousands and hundreds of people protesting my deciding to advertise here or there. It's not happening. But that's what they do in more ways than one to try to intimidate people. And it's not just advertisers, it's everybody. They intimidate cartoonists. They intimidate op-ed writers. They threaten, they intimidate any number of ways anybody that might say anything they disagree with. And now all of a sudden, it happens to them with a bunch of hackers, maybe from North Korea, saying, we're offended. You better not play that movie, the interview. We're greatly offended by it. And they cave to it. And so now Obama's up. I'm sure he's mad. Their side's not supposed to cave. They're the ones that make people cave. And here comes Sony, his buddies out there caving to all this. Hey, this is not who we are. That's not what we do. I don't know, folks. It is. It's amazing to watch this. I think it's extremely frustrating to hear Obama go on and on. And that's not who we are. He just said that we can't let people who make movies be intimidated. Too late. Sorry. They already are. They've just admitted it. But how about Nakula? Obama threw the guy in jail for making a video, not even a movie, a YouTube video. Yeah, we can't let people who make movies be intimidated. You did it. You blamed an entire disaster at one of our consulates on this poor guy and his video that nobody saw. And he was intimidated. He willingly went to jail just to get out of the line of fire. So this guy ends up in jail. Obama puts him there, and Obama's out there. We can't let people who make movies be intimidated. And then Obama, you know what? He said, I wish Sony had spoken to me first. I wish they'd have called me. I'd have told them what to do. what would you have done? Given them help on how to cave without looking like you're caving? What would you have told them? The message of this administration is we can't stop cyber war. We can't stop. We have our opinions, our options are limited. I have it right here. Suspicions that North Korea are behind a destructive hacking attack against Sony and a threat against movie theaters are intensifying calls for a tougher U.S. steps to cut that country's access to hard currency. At first glance, U.S. options are limited. That's from our own government. Whoa. Our option. Here is a little sliver of a country where over half the people are starving and eating dog, and at night it's dark because they don't have enough electricity to turn on the lights, and we are limited in options. Well, that's right, Mr. Limbaugh, because the North Koreans have a accord with as you call them, the THICOMs, Mr. Oh, yeah, the Chinese. That's right. Yeah, now we really are afraid of the Chinese. I think that this is hypocrisy, the face of it, and it ticks me off. Caving to cyber terrorists, caving to Al Sharpton, and then as good liberals wanting credit for understanding, and wanting credit for compassion, and wanting credit for understanding. We're sorry we offended you. We didn't mean to offend you. That's not who we are. Is throwing a guy in jail for making an anti-Muhammad movie who we are? It is leftists like Obama and every other Democrat in this country who are hell-bent on making us self-censor. The purpose of their intimidation is precisely that, to get us to shut up, to get us to stop and think about what we're going to say, maybe not say it might offend somebody. And the offended then might have a rally in town and say, blow up a courthouse or something. Oh, yeah, so we had better shut up. Think Al Sharpton specializes in intimidation? Yep. Think he specializes in censorship? Yes. There's all kinds of censorship going on. There's all kinds of intimidation going on against conservatives of the media. Obama will not speak up against it ever. He's in favor of it. He teaches how it's done. It's what community organizers do. They're intimidators. They're agitators. As you can tell, this ticks me off.